Hey there, it's Dusty Thunder with another Reddit story for you. This one is from the AITA subreddit and is titled, Am I the Astronaut for Ignoring Our Daughter's Inconvenient Boundary? My wife, 39 female, and I, 36 female, have a daughter. Technically my stepdaughter, but I've raised her since she was 5, 19 female, from a previous relationship of my wife's. Her father is not in the picture, who has come back home after her first year at uni. She picked up a new and problematic issue since she was last home for an extended period of time surrounding laundry. Basically, she has established a boundary where no one is to touch her clothes. Her reasoning is that she's concerned something will go missing or get damaged. Thinks it's just gross for us to go through her stuff, and is an adult who deserves privacy. All fine, we have 3 young children in our home, 9 female, and 2 male, so plenty of washing to keep us entertained. The issue here is that she has a habit of monopolizing washing facilities to the extent where we're effectively prevented from being able to get any other laundry done. For example, last weekend, she put a wash in before work and hung it out on the line around 11 a.m. She then left for work 12 p.m. to 10 p.m. Her wash was dry within an hour. And obviously she wasn't going to be back all day. We had a few days worth of washing to get through, so my wife, her mom, took everything off the line and folded it. We got through 5 other loads that day. She was not happy when she got home and said that she'd been very clear that we weren't to touch her things. When we explained the situation above, she said it was first come, first served. Not something we've ever said, and that since the next day was due to be so nice also, we should have just waited to get through it the next day. That really pissed us off. We've offered her a weekly laundry day where we'll avoid using machines so she can have freedom to do as she pleases on that day, but she said once a week won't cut it. Fair enough, but there are 5 other people in the house and they need clean clothes, bedding, and towels. Other than that, all we can really suggest is that she keeps on top of her washing. If she's at home, we'll ask her to clean out her clothes from the machine, dryer, or washing line as needed, but like any other 19-year-old, she has a social life from work commitments and is often busy. She's upset because she says we're not respecting her boundaries, whereas we've pointed out that while "don't move my clothes" is objectively reasonable, it's not fair for her to do so at the inconvenience of everyone else in our home. Essentially, the last conversation we had ended up with her in tears because we said as long as situations like Saturday keep occurring, we'll continue to move her stuff. Just FYI, we do fold her clothes carefully and leave them in a basket in a communal living area so they're kept together in good condition, and we're not going in and out of her room. We normally have a good relationship with her, so this is all a bit unusual. We've asked her if everything else is okay, and she says yes and seems otherwise normal in and of herself, and she's normally reasonable, so are we being unreasonable? There are edits, but let's talk about this for a second. Yeah. My first thought here is if you're not paying the mortgage and the utilities, you don't get to make the rules. You certainly don't get to impose a new set of rules upon the household, upon everyone else. When your boundaries start harming others, those aren't personal boundaries anymore. That's just control. You don't like it? Go do your damn laundry at a laundromat. You don't get to control it for everybody else. And if you're going to leave it, if you're going to leave it and not remove it in a timely manner, then come what may. You don't get to bitch about it. If you bitch about it enough times, you get to just not do your laundry here, period. She is unwilling to compromise here at all. They have offered an olive branch here. They have given her a proposed day to have total control. And she said, that's not good enough. Okay, well. Candy Thunder says, who here would be offended by someone folding your laundry? Would you be offended by someone folding your laundry? Allie, I think the same thing. I feel like she's lost stuff at college and it's transferring over to her home life. We have an edit. I think we're all in agreement that that teenage daughter here is being unreasonable. There's probably a reason for it, but she's trying to impose her will onto the household here. Here's the edit. So the consensus is pretty much that we're right, and our daughter is being massively unreasonable, and that we're being pushovers for not being tougher on her from the off. We've shown her the comments, and unfortunately, she's still insisting that we're the unreasonable ones. We've never considered the local laundromat, and have banned her from using our washing machine for the next fortnight until she's... for the next fortnight, given she's still unwilling to adjust. She's absolutely furious, and a wife has ordered a lock for the washroom door to enforce the 2-week rule. Hopefully a couple of weeks hauling her stuff to and from will help her see the light. Thanks very much, all. After reading all of the comments, she's like, no, you guys are still wrong. But she's not the baby either. She's not the baby of the family. Like, but I don't know. All their other kids are younger, right? So she was from a, yeah, okay. I got it. Something happened Something had to happen here. All right, here we go. Another edit. Edit 2. A slightly calmer update this morning. Our daughter came to talk to us and apologize for the situation. She said that she had found the transition back home hard, I get that, and had maybe become a bit territorial over her stuff while at uni. You don't say. All okay. She then asked if she could please have a laundry day and be allowed to use the machine. Her place of work is closed Mondays, so that's now her day, and we've said that she can use the machine on other days, but if by 7 a.m. Tuesday there's anything in the way or any issues on other days, we'll be moving her stuff. A genuine sorry goes a long way with us, and while the advice has been to hold firm, we don't really want an issue if the situation can be resolved calmly. We've also made it clear that if her things do have to be moved on any day other than Monday, which is totally hers, and we get any grief about it, we'll go back to a 2-week ban and there's no going back. Maybe a less satisfying update than the last one, but we're happy we can resolve the problem calmly. She did mention she'd read through some of the comments last night, so thank you to everyone who weighed in. Okay. Hey, you know what? That's right, Chelsea. Pain creates change. Pain creates change. And it did not take much for this to create some change, which is great. They were able to solve their problem by communicating, and they were going to be firm if they had to be, but she brought the olive branch back to them and said, okay, I get it now. And I will accept your offer of a devoted day. I like that they are willing to resolve it with that and retain that offer with her, but backed it up and have a byline in there or have an amendment to this agreement that says, if any bullshit happens, we hear any grief about anything, it's going to be a 2-week ban every time that bullshit happens. I like how they've created consequences for violating the agreement, basically. They have consequences in place now. They now have a firm boundary that is a boundary because there are consequences for crossing it. A boundary without consequences is just like a, do me a favor. Do me a favor. It's a preference. A boundary without a consequence is just a preference.